And once again, greetings everyone! Today is the qualifying of DTM at Nürburgring, just for the top tier was attending 2 days ago. Aside we will see who gonna claim the pole position today, I would like to talk about some other GP4 news too. The chat is also open once again, questions can come, and but I will try to answer, and topics also we can talk about on the session. Today is an important day as for the top tier because today at 10 p.m. as for British time, the sign-ups for the top tier gonna close. So don't forget, guys. If you want to be in the top series, if you want to chance to be able to drive next year, you have to write down your sign-ups. As we can see, there won't be any rain in the session. It will be fully dry. So some of the drivers can't use their wet driving skills in that qualifying session. And yes, as you can hear, it's me, Miklos, once again. I'm gonna commentate this DTM qualifying to make it a bit more interesting and a bit more exciting. As for the Drivers' Championship, Michael Mocho is still leading the whole field with 32 points, but Roland Motian came up to the second place with his previous win with 24 points, overtaking Balin Solga, who unfortunately didn't score any points. He finished only at 20th place, which determined a little bit his position at the championship. Also, Waldinger came up to 4th place with 16 points, and look out, guys, there are 4 drivers with the same amount of points: Waldinger, Ibobo, Adventure, and Bennett. If I mean not Waldinger, excuse me about that. Waldinger is 17, while Ibobo is 16. The 4th driver is Andy Hicks with the Audi, who unfortunately retired from the previous Grand Prix. The qualifying is already underway. We're gonna have 25 minutes, and the driver's gonna have 25 minutes also to decide who can be the fastest and who can win this qualifying and start the race from the pole position. So, 2 days ago, there was the top tier race here at the Nürburgring, which was pretty interesting actually. Lots of things happened. Some penalties get given once again as well, and we can say the race was pretty action-packed, mainly compared to the last race of the DTM at the Red Bull Ring, which is actually pretty good. But as we went to the end, it wasn't so good as we expected. Here we can see from the onboard Felix Zontag, who will be the first driver who gonna set a lap in that track in this season with these cars. At the moment, we can try to be more accurate like that, and we will see. As for the drivers and as for DTM, it's different than the main series because not only 3 or 4 drivers could take the pole position, but nearly the whole field has the chance. Thankfully, the cars' performance are not that different like in other leagues. For that, it's a good example, the Formula E as well. I'm not sure about the GP2. I was talking about that in the last broadcast, in the last stream. The GP2 is more like the top tier, and the DTM is fully independent as for performance. But let's not talk about the past and the general things. Let's concentrate on the qualifying once again and on Felix Zontag, who will start his lap. And this lap is started 7 seconds ago. So here's the first corner, and he's going to the second and the third, which corners are double left-handers. I try to show the track for the people who don't know the Nürburgring, but I assume many people does. And there is a right-hander, which the drivers have to be careful not to slide to the side of the track. Then a left and a right. I'm not saying chicane, more like widened corners. And here with full acceleration, coming to the first, I mean the second big turnaway of the track. This is the second sector already. And the end of the second sector is ending at the longest straight of the track. Now another slight left-hander than the right one, and the second sector is ending somewhere like that. The timer will stop here, which is a 1 minute 8:7:58. The cars go pretty fast. They're even reaching 320 kilometers per hour, which is a pretty good amount of speed for the DTM cars. That was the chicane, and another turnaround which goes to the right, and this turnaround is going to the finish line, and Zonta is finishing his lap with a 1 minute 31. Fitzwater can't beat him only by 33 thousandths of seconds. And here comes the others. So far, I would give Victor Bobo a chance to take the pole position away, but Solga is taking away first under 31 with a 1:39.81. It's a good question, who might be the best driver today. It's also a question that how the race is gonna go. It's too early for these. Carinti thought he gonna take the lead from Solga. Talking about Carinti, he's only 30th at the Drivers' Championship. He had some good races, but mostly he's outside of the top 10. For example, at Istanbul, he got a podium and got a third place, which is his best results so far in the in that series, the DTM series. And Sermon thought he gonna surprise us and takes the lead. And as you can see, the differences are a bit bigger than we got now at the Red Bull Ring. I always want to say A1 Ring because this is the old name of the track, but it's Red Bull Ring. And I mean the 13th. I mean 13th with Carinti, not 30th. 30th. It would be a bit too much looking at the fact only 22 drivers are attending in the in the DTM league. Yeah, sometimes I'm switching up the numbers. And after the first heat is gone, drivers are driving only 3 laps. I will call it a warm-up lap, then a timed lap, and a lap that they go into the pits. I'm not sure how is they called. But the first heat is over. I think 3 or 4 heats gonna be with these guys, and these 3 or 4 heats gonna decide about the order. And as I mentioned before, you guys can ask about anything from me. I will answer. I will try to answer. We can come up with different topics too. Oh yes, I know what we are going to talk about. This topic is interesting, and these are the sign-offs once again. There are different rumors that which driver can hold their seat and which gonna lose. Holding or losing a seat is highly determined by the past of the driver in the league. So if they have championships, if they have really good results, their chances to stay in are more secure than the ones who couldn't show anything or only could achieve bad results. And from the DTM series, a guy can come back for the first, not the first, I mean the third time. For the third time to the main series, a guy can come back, and that guy named Michael Mocho. If you remember back, maybe the 2010 season, he was at the Lotus. Then he got out from the main series and got back to Force India for some races at 2014. And now he might have a chance to get the full-time seat for the 2016 season. This is why, I mean, this is because he's leading the championship and he's showing really impressive results. For example, he has 2 third position, 2 second position, and after that he unfortunately didn't score any points. But at Red Bull Ring he was Fitzwater is the first guy of the second heat who will start a lap. I also want to see Roland Moitian back at the main series. He was there from the 26th season, but he couldn't get a seat, so he had to leave it. Looking at his DTM results and looking at his position in the championship, I assume he might have a chance to get back. If not at 2016, maybe at 2017. But this is again the future, and I can't speak about the future too much. And we will see how the results gonna be, and what the hosts gonna decide who can stay and who might stay in the series. Back to Fitzwater, who so far makes error-free lap at the end of the first sector. Let's say it's okay one. Fitzwater at the moment is at 20 for 11th. Apologize that I can't say the numbers well. I need some broadcast and need some streams to get used to it. So if he's not losing too much times in the second and the third sectors, he might improve on his position, which he really needs to. Because the 11th place is, well, let's say not the most exclusive place to start from. And looking at the fact only the first 8 driver gets points, no. Fitzwater is worse. He lost too much time at the second sector. I'm not sure he can improve. Only if he can find some pace and 1 or 2 tenths at the last sector, which I highly doubt. But who knows? Maybe he might show us that we are wrong, but no. He will lost some seconds also. Here is Adam Wolf, who is not seeming to improve either. Sometimes these second laps are worse than the first ones. We could see that in the top tier too, that the first laps are pretty good and the second ones are going worse. The third ones are good again, the fourth ones too. So far, only Jans can improve only to 16th. And now, as I said, Thomas Ellie, who made an amazing dive bomb movement at Red Bull Ring. Oh, and Waldinger. Okay, so I was wrong. The guy is gonna improve a lot. SS3 guys were improving, and the others not. Sometimes it can happen. Some of them are improving, some of them are not. Waldinger needs another good results if he wants a chance in the main series. He won Agavra, if I remember correctly. So that must have given him a huge boost. Oh, Bennett came from the second place. And now McCarthy take away the second place from him. Yes, I can call myself wrong. Nearly everyone is improving. And here we can see Hutter. And now Hutter! Oh! The second place is pretty beloved because everyone wants to go there. Only with 48 hundredths of a second behind Adam Thurman, who could actually keep his lead. Well, that's interesting so far. Yes, I was just reading some comments and trying to figure it out about the chances, about the next races. Aside Nürburgring, if we don't count Nürburgring, then 6 races remaining, and Monza gonna be the season finisher, just like the last year. Since we are only halfway through the championship, I can't say who has the most chance to become a champion, because it's pointless, like it's too much remaining to be able to judge that. And it's such a shame for Michael Mocho that this is the lap he will go to the pits, because with this lap he could take the second place or maybe the lead if he's improving, but that wasn't a timed lap. So he should calm down a little bit and try to concentrate only on the timed lap. This 17th place is not really what he needs. By some of the guys who weren't that good at the Red Bull Ring are in front. For example, Farahi, who is at 6th place now and had to stop because of the other car just stood in his way. And welcome back, Sermon. We didn't see him in the second heat too much. He's starting the third, and he should improve a little more if he wants to secure his first place. Hmm. I'm curious about, I will search after it if Sermon had a pole position. And no, he never had so far any pole position, so this might be the first. And if he gets his pole position, then that means uh, he gonna be the fifth driver who managed to do that. Well, which is pretty good. I mean, the more drivers can get a pole position, the more interesting the series is. I don't think anyone wants to see a series where only one or two racers getting the pole position, because this is boring. This is kind of obvious and kind of logical. And here we go once again. Also, Sermon could get the third pole position for Audi. The Audi has two, Mercedes has two, as the BMW has three. I mean, these are the no. I apologize. I apologize so much. These are the constructors who won the races. I try to be less like that. I apologize once again. Okay, let's watch Sermon. Let's watch Sermon if he can improve, or if he cannot. So far, he's starting with a similar sector time as Fitzwater did. Nothing bad, nothing good. It's kind of similar. We could say 3.6, but only the people can relate to that who watched Chernobyl. So if anyone watched it, then they can understand. If somebody didn't, then they can't. And coming to the last no, he won't. He can hope that his next lap gonna be way better than that. I'm pretty sure he gonna have one more chance, at least one more chance. Looking at the time, if he's lucky, he might have two, but this lap won't be the one which will provide him the pole position. Jans is the next one. And Jans is actually taking it, and not with a little margin, with 2 tenths. Maybe Jan's gonna steal the show and not letting Sermon to get his pole position. Well, they will see. So far, no. So far, Felix Sontag is coming up to 30th. Farrow is 11th. Fitzwater is not improving at all. That was surprising from Jan. That sudden 2 tenths improving. Thomas Hadley is not. Kupok either. Adam Wolf is 4th, okay. After the Red Bull Ring, this is promising for him. He might reach some good positions. McCarthy either. Solga, no, not even close. Let's see, Waldinger. No. These times are really bad. And Adventure only 5th. Perez won't improve, for sure. Boyman either. Bennett either. Higgs either. And that's all. No, Motyan. I miss Motyan. But so far it's not looking like he could improve either. And not really. Mocho maybe. No. Poor Mocho can't. Mocho just can't improve enough for himself. I feel sorry about him because his laps which are not timed are pretty good, but the timed laps are not the best. Hutter with an impressive second place coming up. This is why I said DTM is interesting, because drivers who didn't perform well in the last race might surprise us in the next one. And so far this happens. Like Hutter is there, who wasn't really in front at Red Bull Ring. There is Sermon, there is Wolf, there is also Adventure. So these racers were pretty behind everyone. Adventure got only 21st place, for example. Hutter, let's see after Hutter. Hutter only got 30th. Sermon got 7th place, actually. So yeah. And the whole pack is separated in 8 tenths. So Piro had, not Piro, it's Perez last. I think Perez is the last racer, yes. He's still inside the 8-tenth margin. And it's weird to see Ibobo at 21st, Mocho at 19th place. It's kind of unusual after the last race. Perez, yes. I don't know why did I even say Piro. it was just something missing from me. Alright, so 4 minutes 40 seconds remaining from this session. As the last rounds are slowly coming up. This is gonna be the last timed runs. This is gonna be the last heat. After that, they will go to the pits. The time will go up, and we can see who's getting the pole. To be honest, I would be happy if someone would take it who didn't have any. Of course, neutral people who just watch the race because it's exciting wants it to be more and more exciting. So they won't hope. Oh, maybe Perez is the one who's coming in front of Ibobo. I'm not sure if he gonna hold Ibobo up. We will see. He's pretty close. If that purple car or pink car can go even faster than Ibobo, then he can be grateful and he can thank the team. And this is Adventure. But Ibobo's first sector is really bad, so most likely he will start from 21st place. Depends on his second sector. I will with his second sector, but if he can't improve at all, then the third man, and not even third anymore. He is the 5th in the championship now because of the last race. He's gonna start the race from the 21st position, and from that it will be really hard to get anywhere. The second sector is terrible. No, Ibobo will start from 21st. If he's lucky and Perez won't overtake him because he will start then the last. Disappointing. This is pretty disappointing for Victor Ibobo. To be honest, I waited him a bit more than that. I waited from him a bit more. Jans, the current pole sitter, not seeming like who will improve too much. No. It was a bad lap from him too. Firo with 435. And well, he's a question too, but I don't think he can improve either. No. Sontag. Sontag might be interesting. Well, no. Either, yes. Yeah, here's Michael Mocho's last chance, and here is Fitzwater. No, I don't think he will either. No. Wolf, no. Carpenter might, but not really. No. Tomaselli won't. It's pretty easy to tell who will and who won't. Sermon, no. Carinti, no. Perez, no, no way. Solga, Boyman. Boyman actually got 19th position. Adventure, Adventure, no. But it seemed like a good lap. Kupok is 11th. Mochan, Mochan might, if he's lucky. No, he's not. He's not lucky enough. Waldinger. Actually, aside Boyman, nobody really improved. Here is Bennett, another driver behind him who's going to the pits. I will tell a huge secret. Bennett won't. Bennett won't improve either. And Higgs won't either. No, there is no chance. At the last heat, seems like only Boyman could show something special. Mocho's last chance is here. Mocho is only 26th. No way. Poor Mocho. No, he just couldn't. He couldn't made it. It's a shame. Well, then this is how it ends. Pensians is basically winning the qualifying of Nürburgring. Joel Hutter comes at second place, and then Sermon third. And then Voss is fourth, Daniel Adventure fifth. So they can be kinda proud and kinda happy with these results. McCarthy Cummings at 6th, Bennett is 7th, Carinti is 8th, Paraki is 9th, and Solga is 10th. Well, Solga is the best position. Solga is at the best position from the leader pack. This is 10th place. It's pretty weird to say that he's the best in the top 5. I mean, with the championship top 5, and he could only reach 10th. The differences are not big at all, as we can see. It's just DTM. With the 2 10s, Rans just dominated the whole field. We can say that 2 10s is DTM is really much. It's very much. I don't even know who else should be proud of the results aside the top 10, more like the top 5. Yeah, it was interesting. And tomorrow the race is gonna start at 7 p.m. as for British time and 8 p.m. as for the Central Europe time. Hopefully we can see a more exciting race than the Red Bull Ring. So that was the qualifying for today. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I was Miklos Gal, and I'm coming tomorrow with the race. Goodbye.